wait, I should be pom pom pom
Yes.
pom 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 pom. You are in the very regal presence, the imperial presence, I have to say, of Aris, Ymir Politopoulos, and myself, lowly. I was doing the bearing of the victory crown, the laurels.
Yes.
That's what I was doing.
That's what you were
Couldn't you
doing.
tell?
It was very clear.
Anyway, good to be back.
Good to be back.
You know, as lowly laurel bearer,
Yes.
Angus Mole, aka Doctor Random, Von Value, and today we're playing another new game because there are
They keep coming.
there are
New
too many
games
there are
keep
too
coming.
many damn games.
Too
man.
many games that keep coming.
Yes, for sure. So, what game are we playing today?
So today we're playing the new Paradox Interactive game, Imperator Rome.
Just saying Paradox Interactive makes me genuinely
Shiver.
yes.
Fuck. Yes.
Shivers down my spine because
You look at all these hours of potential gameplay ahead of you.
they are, as I said, they are my vice when it comes to just sinking hours and hours into these games. Like one more turn, sure, that civilization, definitely, but like this is like, for me this is like civilization on steroids when it comes to just. But for you,
for me it's a very
this is your
experience.
very first Paradox Interactive game, I guess, even.
Yes, I've sort of played with some friends in the game, because that's the thing with this type of games. Unlike Civilization, which I have played, with Paradox Interactive games, I always people get excited to tell me about them, and then I sit down with them and look at them, and they are exciting because of their historical background, but they have this effect on me that's like, oh look, I get to do all these things, and then, this takes way too long. And so, I can get this, do all these things. So this roller coaster just.
That's why you have the fast forward button, which
That's
is
why you have
also
the fast forward
the
button.
most dangerous button in Imperator Rome, because as soon as you fast forward and all of a sudden something happens, you're like, wait, put it on pause, put it on pause. So it is a real-time strategy game, as you will see.
Not a real-time strategy.
Well, it's in that sense that it's real.
No, it's not a real. It's a grand strategy.
It is not. Yeah, okay, it's a grand strategy. So it's not turn-based. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I know that you're a stickler for
I am.
It's basically what I'm trying to say. It's a MOBA. Anyway, what we're gonna do in this particular MOBA is play through the tutorial. Because there is one thing that you can be all like bolsterous, and when you first start playing a Paradox Interactive game, like I'll figure this out along the way.
No,
you will not figure it out.
You will not figure this out. And also, this type of games take a while. And you can't finish a game in 2 hours.
Yeah, and at least going through the tutorial, you will get to see. And actually, even I've played my fair share. Yeah. Maybe even I will get lost, even in the tutorial itself.
Yeah.
So for that, we have our lovely, Wikipedia out there, I guess. Although the game is brand spanking new, like 1 week.
Yeah. It was released on the 25th, actually. And it's supposed to be, so to give some context, it's supposed to be the follow-up to the, I believe, 2008 Europa Universalis Rome game.
Yeah.
So it follows on the same steps.
Played that one.
And it's not called Europa Universalis, but the same type of game. So if you played Europa Universalis, you know more or less what's up. Now I've read quite a few reviews of the game. I've already checked some videos and stuff just to familiarize myself.
Don't spoil the plot though.
No, I will just voice some critiques that are out there. I don't know if you downloaded today's patch. There was a patch today.
There was a patch today.
Because there has been a lot of critique. First of all, on some technical stuff. There's a lot of stuttering and lagging going on, especially in between events.
Oh.
And also,
let's just look at this.
Yes, let's look at this.
All right. Are you gonna be manning that, or should I be doing the
You want to do this? I know you want to do this.
Yes. I need to press some buttons.
Press some buttons. So so we are in there. So we are gonna go single player tutorial. In the tutorial, you will play as Rome and get a list of objectives to complete. That's a bit of a bummer because I didn't want to play as Rome.
I know, but it's actually it's also one of the things that I do first when I play a game like this. Yeah. I just pick like the most difficult little country to.
But that's
not the most difficult.
I didn't want to pick a difficult country.
You wanted to play something else.
I didn't want to play Rome,
but
yes.
At least, Rome will give us a framework that we both can work from. Because otherwise, I'm sure you would have gone for some arcane kingdom, like in
some Near
Greece
Eastern,
or something.
No,
or
I would go for the Near East.
Well, actually,
I would go for the
Near
Seleucids
East.
or something.
Exactly.
Like
that would have been my pick as well.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
if we like this,
we get to do it more.
We can do this more. There's nobody telling us that we cannot do this more.
Δημάρα τους. If there are in fact only 1,000 men to march out against you, then 1,000 men will fight you. Okay.
The glory of Rome.
The glory of Rome.
Maybe just listen to the sound for a bit and that we don't get a voiceover for all of these tutorials. I don't think so.
No, we don't have a voiceover for these tutorials.
No, that's just to make sure that we're not talking through other people.
No, we don't.
So
we don't. So
prepare
to do
a lot. No. Pick out what you're going to read because there will be a lot of text.
I know.
Here. A lot of text.
So we are being welcomed to the tutorial. We're going to go through a series of objectives. Are over here.
They say that a tutorial isn't that essential. You can learn the basics in standard.
Maybe it might be true. I don't know.
Yeah. But
the thing about this is that we also want to be talking about a lot of these aspects, and the tutorial will give us a bit of an opportunity and downtime to talk about these different elements. Because as you can see, the screen is already pretty full, so we have a ton of things to talk about.
Also, I wonder if Horachi 101 actually played Paradox Interactive games before, because if you have played them before, I would say that probably with this one, it's going to be safe not to go for the tutorial first.
Yeah, most of the reviews say that it's sort of a mix between all sorts of other previous Paradox Interactive games. So
and it's even a bit more welcoming in that sense.
Yeah.
I've even read.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, start reading through some text walls.
Okay. Roma Invicta. So basically we're gonna do the tutorial. Thanks, Glory of Rome. We have to go through all of these. So stabilize, call down an omen, have an army of 30 cohorts. Oh, that's pretty big. Have 12 triremes, construct 8 training camps, import fish. Why? Anyway, and all sorts of other stuff.
There's this whole laundry list. Basically.
Yes, there's a laundry list that I get that I need to do at my house as well.
You know what? I do know that you like to read game text.
Yes.
And this is flavor text. So go ahead, read this game text.
Yes.
You get this special permission.
I get. For over 20 years, the nascent Roman Republic has fought a harsh campaign against the Samnite people to the south. Although victory often seemed far from grasp, the war ended in Rome's favor, resulting in the liberation of the important Greek city of Neapolis. The Samnites, however, having retreated to lick their wounds, are far from defeated. In the north, the Etruscan people eye the expansion of the Republic with apprehension. To the south, myriad Greek city-states plot behind one another's backs, all the while appealing to their benefactors in Greece for aid. On the far-flung island of Sicily, the foreign invasion of the mysterious Carthaginian Empire threatens to upset the precarious balance of power in the region. Will Rome rise victorious, or fall to internal strife and barbaric hordes? The fate of the Republic rests in your hands! In my hands!
In your hands!
Yes!
In your hands for the Republic. So, of course, normally the answer is yes, of course, Rome will rise victorious for quite a long while.
Yes.
But in games like these, there's
you never know.
Plenty of what if histories possible.
So let's give some historical context to this.
So Forage 101 has played over
2,000
hours in Europa Universalis 4. That dwarfs. Fortunately, I would have to say that dwarfs my playtime in Europa Universalis 4.
So to give some historical context for those who don't know about this period, apparently we're starting in 1st of October 304 BCE. So that's right after the death of Alexander the Great.
Why does it say 450?
I don't know why it says 450. I was also wondering because I'm like, but we don't start in 450. But anyway. So basically...
Maybe I want to know if there's some, probably there's amount of turns left or something? Years left? I don't know.
Varg, let us know. So, this is right after the death of Alexander the Great. There is a fragmentation on the whole empire that Alexander made, and sort of rearrangement of powers across the Mediterranean.
Yes.
So, it's during that period that we see the rise of Rome, or the beginnings of the rise of Rome.
Beginnings, really. We're really not even talking the rise of Rome.
No, exactly. And at that point, cultures like the Samnites or the Etruscans, that people might not be as familiar with, are still thriving in the Italian region.
Right. You look around the map for a little bit. I guess that's
For the Republic.
We're doing. Starting situation. All right.
Oh, here it says 450.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's a
Urbe
nice
Condita.
little. That's nice. After, yeah, exactly. After the foundation of the city. That is really nice. I like that. That's a bit of a touch. So yes, to answer your question,
is the Roman period especially for you guys? Not specifically. So my archaeological specialization goes down to the late archaic years, so right before the classical periods. But I've done my fair share of Hellenistic and Roman archaeology, like.
And I'm a major expert of Roman minecrafting. And but basically, I know every archaeologist will get a bit of Roman archaeology.
I've done a bit more than a bit, whether I liked it or not.
Yes.
In my
case, I got the hell out of Europe as fast as I could, and I did Caribbean archaeology.
And also, since I'm
that said, we've also played a lot of Total War and a lot of Caesar 2. No.
Yeah. Along the top bar are the main resources. Yes. Spend a moment getting acquainted with these. Alright, so these are our... I want to look at the map! Anyway, these are our main resources. So this is what is also often referenced as mana for Paradox Interactive games. It's your basic resources, and they are split...
Wait. Mana? Do they actually call this mana?
I think that's the sort of term that people use for this type of games.
Okay. Sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe people refer to them as mana.
Resources, yeah, for sure.
So we have the Treasury, which is our gold, our money. We have manpower. How many people are, I guess?
Basically, how much of an army we can.
Yes, we can. Yeah, exactly. And then
or is it actually the case?
Yes, it's a measure of the number of available recruits a nation possesses to recruit new units.
Sure.
Then we have these resources, which, as we will see, are tied to our leader, basically, and it's the military power. Or virtus to the Romans, strength and courage and honor.
Well, that you say they're tied to your leader, but these little resources over here are actually the most complex in all the orders, because they're tied to your leader, but they're also tied to the buildings and also to all sorts of events. They can fluctuate wildly.
Yes.
They can drop, they can rise, and really...
And often it's not very clear why this is happening.
He's a time team, Virage 101, he's a time team enthusiast. That's
nice.
Excellent archaeological show.
It is.
It is much more authentic than Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
So then we have Civic Power. It's sort of the political part, I guess. And then you get to improve all sorts of stuff related to your cities and so on. Oratory power, I believe, is what often is diplomacy.
Yes.
And then we have religious power, which kind of speaks for itself, I guess.
Yeah. I like that they give, for this, basically all these things are there in the other Paradox Interactive games as well.
Yeah,
but they've given them their own flavor here.
Yeah.
In the UI, but also by, the tooltips say something like Pietas and Dignitas.
No, that was indeed very interesting. Also known as the Roman virtue pietas, for example. This is interesting. You get to read a lot. If you read Latin texts, these are often referenced as terms.
Important characteristics of a Roman.
Finally, I get to see the map.
Yeah, that's what you. That's only part of the map.
That's only part of the map. So I can't zoom any further out, but we get to explore from Iberia and Britain. I don't know why Ireland is excluded, but whatever.
Oh, Ireland is not excluded just yet, I think. I think that
maybe it will be...
it's
there.
It's just that it's not taken yet.
It's not taken. I see. And then all the way up to some parts of Scandinavia, Italy, Greece, Egypt, Northern Africa, even Kush, Arabian Peninsula, and of course the Near East.
Of course, he says.
Of course, the Near East.
Like we have this whole patchwork of super interesting civilizations, and this guy straight goes into the Near East. What I always found super interesting in the Paradox Interactive games is that the map is so large, you end up playing really on a tiny part of it.
Yeah.
And in theory, you could have this whole game that just takes place, in what we consider the Far East.
Yeah.
and just basically have this whole whole thing happening over there. And actually, I think that being the empires actually over there that were actually sort of ruling the roost.
Yeah.
In the world at that point in time, were the biggest political units out there that we actually know very little about.
Yeah.
And it's just so very cool that you can just go in there, literally play with them, and also, try and have them take over the world instead of Rome, or basically retain the world. So do we have a favorite nation in this time period?
In this time period, I would probably go for the Seleucid Empire.
I would also have. If we actually we both said, hey, if we play this,
we would play the Seleucid Empire.
So what is just? I mean, we should play the game instead of just look. You know what? I actually thought once it would be cool to just look at the frigging map.
Yeah, we could spend 2 hours.
We can spend 2 hours on this frigging map, but what is the Seleucid Empire?
The Seleucid Empire is one of the follow-up kingdoms after the fall of the Empire of Alexander the Great. So basically, there were four generals who took over the empire, and the Seleucid Empire is sort of what replaced the part in Persia. So it's the remnants of the Persian Empire which sort of rose to power right after Alexander's fall.
We know quite a bit about the Persian Empire.
We know, we played the whole civilization game talking only about the Persian Empire.
Yes.
Maybe we're a little bit biased in that regard. Another thing that I would really...
instead of streaming, we're supposed to write a paper on this.
As well. And another thing that I would really like to play is the Kingdom of Kush. This I find very interesting. I suppose it's possible to play as the Kingdom of Kush.
It's actually not, I'm not sure. Not with mods, it's always possible to start playing like one of these, but I'm not sure in the beginning. Sometimes some of them are just not there because of game balance reasons.
So in case you don't know what is the Kingdom of Kush, is part of Upper Egypt, or what is described as Upper Egypt, and if Egypt is a whole is a kingdom, then it controls the Kingdom of Kush, or the Kingdom of Nubia, as it is also known. It is down, I think, from the 4th, 5th cataract downwards.
You are throwing terms around here like they're nothing. Cataract,
I am
basically
the waterfalls of the Nile.
Exactly.
Crossings in the Nile. Yeah. And it's one of these places that has been a little bit studied, but usually through Egyptology lenses. And nowadays,
we are basically, as archaeologists, we're basically finding out that this thing is just fascinating in its own right.
Parthia, who takes over the Seleucids, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That Parthians shall not be named.
So let's start playing a little bit, because we can. Because if we start going over every single
before
kingdom,
we go, zoom into the Netherlands. I want to see.
I
want to see
the swamp.
The swamp that is the Netherlands. So I like. There we go. Wait. That's where we are.
Yes.
Lugadurum.
That's
that's a name that I've actually never even heard for this place.
No, that's how the Leiden is called.
No, but it's
Lugdunum, right?
Yeah. So
I guess it's
Lugadurum. I'm not entirely sure, but it doesn't really matter. So actually, it's not Leiden.
It's not Leiden.
It's Katwijk that's named like that.
So we're here, right?
No, man.
So
we're over yonder. Yes, that's Leiden. This would basically be not Lugdunum.
The city of Lugadurum. I believe it might be the case that they mean. Anyway.
No, this means.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
These people know their history, so I'm sure that there's just somewhere this name is.
Is the Netherlands geographical accurate?
Yeah. Interestingly, yes.
Yeah.
So during this time, the IJsselmeer, which is now the main body of water in the middle of the Netherlands, was more or less basically connected to the sea like this as well. You also see that one of the sort of major things that we know in the Netherlands, what sort of defines the coastline of the Netherlands, the islands in Zeeland, were also very much swampland. So one of the things, though, that
you can see,
definitely
swampland.
Lots of swampland. We're sort of missing the islands in front of the coast there. That's
right here.
I mean, they're sort of connected.
Yes.
The major takeaway for the Netherlands in this period is that it's a lot of swamp.
A lot of swamp, and this is very you can really see the swamp terrain everywhere.
Exactly. So this would also make sense from a sort of territorial point of view. The Netherlands were lots of different tribes, basically,
Yeah.
that belonged, from a language point of view, to the Germanic language. But from a culture point of view, it was very sort of...
So this shouldn't be even cities, right?
No. These are not cities.
Yes. This should be small villages or...
And interestingly, like, Tubantia, that's still a name that you will see in Twente nowadays. That is still something that is there.
Flevum?
Flevum, that's the Flevopolder, but it's Friesland basically. But I want to just zoom into Belgium a little bit, because exactly. So if you're over here, we Brugas. Interestingly, I'm not entirely sure about that one. But it's just cool to just see all these little things and all these tiny cultural histories, which is what they are. You know, histories of very specific places represented on the map in such an accurate setting. And I like it especially because one of my next pick would be the Belgians.
Yeah?
Yeah, because Julius Caesar was very freaking afraid of the Belgian warriors. Yes. He said, these guys, I don't want to face anybody like them ever again, basically.
I mean, if you read your Asterix, then you would know about this.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly, if you just read your Asterix. Also, if you read the Bella Gallico. But that's no.
Asterix is easier to read.
Asterix is easier to read. And I'm going to say, more fun.
More fun, yeah. Definitely more fun.
Yeah.
Isn't it true that there was a Roman traveler who described the Netherlands as the place where only the people who live there would ever want to live there?
It's not a Roman travel. It's much later. So it's in 150 AD. But yes, basically it characterized the whole landscape as bleak, and the only people that could live there were the people that would call it home. Basically, that's more or less what they. And you know what? It's still the case. Like, no.
I mean, it's April, it's May, and it's grey outside and raining and 10 degrees. So
I could see from a Mediterranean point of view that that's the case.
Yes,
especially if you're not cozy in a warm office. Exactly. All right. Instead of doing culture history of Europe
we're doing a cultural history of Europe.
304 BC.
Yeah,
or
let's stabilize Rome. Increase your stability to increase stability, open a religion window and click to sacrifice to the gods. So religion. So here we have a bunch of other stuff that we can interact with. We have the nation overview, where this is Publius Sempronius Sophus.
Why are you Sophusing that?
Because he's Sophus.
He's wise.
Yes, he's wise. He's Sophus. And we see the overview. We see basically the civilization level, cities, and all sorts of stuff related to our leader. We're not gonna be checking them out now, but what we will be doing is we're gonna open the religion tab, and we will be sacrificing.
And we will be sacrificing
to the gods. Of course, we're gonna get the blessing of Mars.
Really?
Yeah, because that's my name. Oh. My name, for those who don't know us, is Ares, and Ares is the Greek god of war, and the god of and in Latin is Mars, which also happens to be for the month March. The month March.
I know, but it's not March anymore. So, but what you're trying to say is that you want to sacrifice to yourself here.
Yes, I want to sacrifice.
Okay, just to sort of see the size of your ego and call it out.
Yes. All right. Let's call Blessing of Mars.
Blessing of Mars. Make it happen.
1825 days for a cost of 160 religion with the following benefits: discipline.
So, you know what? You're not gonna need that stuff right now.
Oh, come on.
Because unless you want to go to war.
No, unlikely. I guess we need stuff like income or.
You don't need anything like this right now.
So what do I need?
Did the game tell you to choose something here?
The game said to increase stability, open the religion window and click on the sacrifice to the gods.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But there is no things. Is there some? Oh, there, sacrifice to the gods. Yeah. Oh, that was hard to spot.
Welcome to a Paradox game.
Fucking hell.
This is the moment. This is the moment where you like sacrifice to the gods.
Yes.
Imperator Rome.
Okay, this is the proper ritual will cost 268.
Yeah.
This is due to the following reasons: 200 base cost, ruler corruption, we are not corrupt, Pontifex Maximus, minus 60%.
So these are almost all tooltips will tell you basically what is actually affecting costs.
Yes.
And this is one of the, so basically there's no ruler corruption, there's Pontifex Maximus in place. and now our realm is more stable, which is now the little scales have come
Yes,
up.
up here.
Which actually is good. This is one of those things that either fluctuates normally from -3 to +3, and it needs to be as high as you can get it, basically.
So call down an omen.
Ooh, that's new.
Yes, omens are an important feature. It is important to note that only one omen may be active at once. We recommend that you pick the Blessing of Fortuna for the purpose of the tutorial, but feel free to try out something different. Reward Rome gets 200 oratory power.
Well, basically, we get more stuff. But so that's part in religion again. So national unrest is gonna go down, which is good.
I'm not sure what is which goddess is Fortuna.
The goddess of fortune.
Yes, but I can't.
In Greece.
Yeah, I can't associate it with the
Wiki correct me.
We don't even have a wiki.
I know. Just kidding.
So
Tally is one. Tally is one.
Yes. So basically, every time we wiki something, we need to keep a number. That's what we were doing for our civilization stream.
Alright, here we go.
Personification.
Of course.
Yeah, but anyway, the personification of luck, Greek equivalent Tyche, but indeed it was not one of the major.
No, but
the gods are smiling. Hey, gods are happy. Okay.
At least the God of War is happy.
Yeah, we have the benefits of the Blessing of Fortuna until 1st of October, 455, so for 5 years.
Yeah,
that's okay. Hellenic, having spread from the Greek heartland, the Olympian pantheon is venerated by many. The names, aspects, and hierarchy of many of the gods can vary widely from region to region. Zeus, or Jupiter, as he is known to the Romans, is regarded as the figurehead of the Olympian
pantheon.
Why
I really love these games.
Yeah.
Because, if this had said Zoroastrianism or whatever, it would have given you the same little flavor text about this.
Yes.
And it's just so great. There's so much historical detail to it.
That is.
I know. It's, as I said, yeah.
So then, the other thing that we can do is we can build cohorts until you have an army of at least size 30,000. We have 47 possible recruits, so that should not be a problem. Using the macro builder, which can be found in the top left of your screen.
Nope.
Top left, macro builder. There we go.
For something called a macro builder, it's not very macro.
This is not very macro. Using the macro builder, selecting a city and using the recruit cohorts button. Selecting an army, then selecting recruit unit. Go ahead and recruit at least 30 cohorts.
Vargas asked if Varag, asked if 101 asked if our leader is actually somebody that we know was in power during that time.
That I do not know.
So the name was something Sophus, right?
Yes.
Wiki crutch me. That's two.
Publius Sempronius Sophus.
I'm gonna say.
I'm also gonna guess no. Because there are so many individuals in this game.
Well, we guessed wrong.
We got wrecked.
All right.
No, wait.
No. He's definitely. So we have to go to the German.
No. The first.
No, that's two Titanos. Could be the same guy though.
Could be the same guy.
But all right, that's just a little. I guess it could be the same guy.
Check the German Wikipedia.
We're gonna go for this German Wikipedia.
304.
He was actually the consul.
And that's the correct age. It's exactly the right date as well.
You know why? Actually, this is the correct date because we talked about Wikipedia in the stream in our last season.
We did. Yes.
Paradox has no fear of Wikipedia.
No.
They will in fact probably have just taken the entire database of people for this period and put them into their game.
Which is good.
So that's also why, particularly this time, this particular guy was in place.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he was the oldest known person who had a plebeian background and had still made it into this particular consul position.
So,
the plebeian means sort of like a poor man's background. Ooh, there's actually a lot of information here in German.
If you can read German, check out the Wikipedia page.
Look what it says here. In the first year of its reign, he made a blessing to Fortuna.
Oh!
No. That isn't the case.
That would have been great.
You know what? I'm just gonna change. We now know that was the case, so I'm just gonna add that.
Okay, so I'm recruiting a horse, not camels. Like Gitari.
Sagittari, which was, and of course, a bowman.
Yes.
Known from, there's plenty of people who are Sagittari, astrology-wise.
So I pick one, and then I have to go to one of my cities, I guess. So I can go to build Sagittari in Rome. It will cost 4 gold to build Sagittari in Rome. Okay.
Yeah. And now you don't want to put it in the same place again, because now they will...
Yeah.
And so if you select something...
Oh yes, the port of Ostia. I'm so happy.
Yes!
So
people, you can see that these are archaeologists playing this game.
The port of Ostia!
Yes!
So why are we happy about Ostia?
Well,
Ostia?
Yes. I think there's many reasons.
There are many reasons. It's one of the best, if not the best preserved Roman city.
Yeah, right. Everybody. Yeah, I think it's the best preserved.
It's the best preserved.
Everybody
Roman
knows
city.
Pompeii because
everybody knows Pompeii because
volcanoes and spectacular Michael Bay kind of explosions. Yes. People dying horribly. We know about that sort of stuff.
Yes.
But Ostia is actually was the main port that serviced Rome. Mm-hmm. So Rome wasn't on the sea, so it needed
as you can also see from this map.
And it's still not on the sea, but it's sort of. And if you go there now, if you want to see spectacular archaeological excavations and ruins,
yes,
that's Ostia. It is really one of those places that whenever I tell people, like, hey, I'm going to go to Rome, I say, you know what, if you have an afternoon to spare,
just
go
and
walk around in Ostia.
Ostia is, it is a great place to dig, but also just, but if you just walk, like you literally walk between the buildings.
You don't need to, you almost don't need to dig there.
Yes, a lot of things are just preservation and going through features and so on. I had a friend who was doing a PhD in my office was looking actually at water features in Ostia, for example, and there is this perfect water system preserved that you can see how the Romans managed their water and sewers.
Yeah. Also, it's nice to get out of Rome if you're there for a long time and just get out of the business of the city. A couple of good restaurants in the neighborhood.
Yes. So, you want me to build somewhere else, like in Veii, for example. Let's build in Veii. So this is being built now, recruiting them. Okay, it will take a little bit. How many should we build? That's the question. Of an army of at least 30,000. At least 30 cohorts.
Oh, so I guess there's a new. You can recruit to the legion rather than make units all over, then group them.
What does that mean?
That's a good point. Basically, well, you can sort of recruit towards legion where you have the one legion in place, and then you can basically add recruits directly to that instead of just making units all over the place. But I'm sure they will teach you about that later.
I guess so. So now I will build like another one in Tibur, I guess.
Well, you need how many in total?
I need 30.
Did they specifically ask you to build Sagittari or anything?
No, I think
I'll make
more. I'll make more.
Make some legionnaires, my friend.
I will make more.
Principes.
There we go. In Ostia. Talking about Ostia. Here, in Kures.
How?
Auxilia. Ectes Sagittari. So these are on horses.
Yes, exactly. Auxilia are the persons, basically the light cavalry.
Is important.
And
does that mean that we can't build it here? You cannot build Kari because you don't have the right military tradition.
Oh, I like that actually. So look at war elephants as well.
I guess we cannot build war elephants.
Oh, we can.
No, we cannot. We cannot.
Go to Rome, Virage 101. It is really it's the eternal city.
I just press play so we can also progress a little bit.
Something in action.
Something's happening. Because some of these cohorts will be constructed by that time. So I can just queue up, I guess, some, right?
Yeah, but you really don't need too many. I honestly don't know how many you're building at the moment now.
I build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's not really about 6. Building as many troops as you can normally.
No.
In the tutorial things probably can go really wrong.
Yeah.
But it really is about maintaining a careful balance between what your nation can support, or your empire in this case can support, and not overextending. So the army composition is based on 3 troop types: front line, main line, and flankers. Skirmishers should be in the front, infantry in the main, and the cav on the flanks as rule of thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's some nice solid advice
that
right
is
there.
Some solid advice. Also, of course, how Roman armies themselves tended to fight. We think, Asterix and Obelix style, that Roman armies were, composed of these moving tanks with shields.
Yeah.
But they were not. They were much, especially in this time, by the way. They were much more varied, and the Roman army relied for a great deal on cavalry troops, often taken from the local populations in the later times, and bowmen and things and spearmen and things like that. The only thing that was at a certain point in time, it wasn't really honorable for, a Roman citizen to be a bowman or to be, auxiliary.
No, they wanted to be.
They wanted to be the guy with the shield that was in fact part of that tank that was moving forward. So yeah. Yay! Woo! Garrett!
Got it.
You subscribe. Wait.
We have trumpets. Welcome back, Garrett.
That's pre-Mariam reforms, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's brought on.
Let's make some more thinkers in Rome and in Bay. Things are now controlled armies. We can see here. Oh, and we get IC. So in every different city, I see the.
Basically, you've just created a lot of independent armies, which you don't really want, of course. You want them all to be,
close together, I guess. Okay, but sure.
So in fact, you want to group them all into a cohort.
Yes.
I always thought it's fascinating that we use the word cohort still for like years of students. Well, it's so obviously a military term.
Yes.
Like the cohort of 2000 and whatever. Yeah, yes. I was a cohort of 2002. I would betray my age right there, but yes. It's the cohort. How's your cohort doing?
But why can't I see the total number of?
The total number of
military control, because this I believe should be more than.
More than enough. Yes. You can also see.
I should have stopped. I was like, make the army.
Shoot. Stop the.
Okay.
The spacebar is your friend.
Spacebar is my friend. So. You mean like Baldur's Gate?
Yes, exactly. That's basically a turn-based game.
I have 12 triremes. I believe we have.
So in the military icon, I'm sure you can actually see how many.
So stats.
Yes, exactly. How many you have?
Yes, we have 9,000 Sagittari. We have 2,000 Equites, 11,000 Principes, 5,000 Auxilia, 7,000 Velites, and 5 triremes. So we need to build a few more triremes now.
And you do those only in the ports, of course.
And I believe we have only one port.
I think we only have one port.
Alright. Get built. So we need to press play. Yeah, I believe we only can build it here.
Yep, maybe in Birgi.
It takes a while. Let's see what other objectives we have. 8 training camps. Have at least 8 unique cities with training camps. Freemen and tribesmen provide you with your base manpower. Having 1 or more training camps in a city will increase manpower contribution from that city. Alright.
Basically allow you to levy more troops.
Yes. Alright, cool. So we can do this from here, I believe. We go to construct buildings, and then we just make training camps. So I'll make one in Rome, of course. Or no, there is too few people in Rome. The child is born!
Yeah, have a little look at... finish your training camps and we can have a little look at the... a son has been born to us. We're told that the babe is named Publius Symphonius Rufus. He has the same name.
Yeah.
He has the same name. He's the son of the consul of Rome. Wonderful. And he's a member of the Sempronii family. All of this is actually important.
Yes.
Not right now because you're still building training camps.
Training camps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa. One of Rome's most renowned merchant traders, Quintus Fabius Rullianus, it's supposed to has appeared before our Senate in tears. He tells of a huge shipment of exotic fruits which sunk beneath the roiling waves on a journey from Neapolis to Heraclea Ponticum. He beseeches us to cover at least some of the losses in order to preserve the reputation of Roman trade throughout the world.
So what I like about these are basically fictional events. They're basically like little twine games within the parent games. But they always are an interesting decision because they will give you. Sometimes they will only give you positive things, and they will give you more positive things of one kind or the other. But often they will are a trade-off.
Yeah.
So, and at the same time, they give a lot of flavor to sort of the person that you are.
So we are the Semproni. He is the Fabi. So Rome losses. So we can either help. We get loyalty. We can not care and we lose loyalty, but this guy also loses money. And otherwise we can buy it, which is cost some money. But the province of Campania against local trade investments.
Yeah, that's really good.
Until end of game, so I'm just gonna buy.
So often you don't have the chance to buy something like this, but in this case, that's what you do because you actually get a really good thing. The local trade investments until the end of game. That's
okay. So.
Really good. Garrett actually asked if this much of the world was discovered by then. Well, the question is by whom?
By whom?
Because the world was already there. But sort of did us, the Romans, know about the rest of the world to these extents? Well,
the answer
I'm not entirely sure when it comes to this particular point in time.
This particular point in time, if we're talking about this entire map, like all the way up to Britain basically and to Scandinavia, it's likely not really.
No. Not for, we're talking basically 300 before Christ.
Yeah, 302 right now.
So, no, they didn't know about the world to that extent just yet.
I'm sorry.
Maybe.
Pick them up again. Like it really depends. So part of the Mediterranean, if we want to be talking like in a Mediterranean-centric, hey, Megalithic is here. Mediterranean-centric view, this entire part of the world, the entire Mediterranean, was discovered, so to speak. So Phoenician traders were all the way to Spain and southern France. So it's not unlikely that there would have been people who had traveled a little bit further to the north.
They knew about basically Gallia across the Alps.
Yes.
Cisalpina, Transalpina. They knew about them because they were trading with those areas.
Yes.
Also, of course, they knew most definitely about the east because their whole founding myth is from Troy, basically.
From Troy. Yes. Exactly.
So they knew about that. They knew about Egypt, of course. They knew about all sorts of...
the entire Mediterranean, and depending on what we define by knowing, they also knew about all the way to the Indus Valley, basically, right? It was sort of known.
It was known that there was stuff
out there.
Yeah.
It's not like people from Rome would likely have traveled there.
No,
because they were not really part of Alexander's military force.
And at this point in time, this game looks dense.
Yes.
Yes. And exactly, Britain was the edge of the world during
me and my
Caesar's
Occidental
time.
viewpoint.
Yeah.
Yes, your Occidental viewpoint indeed.
But yeah, Britain was sort of the edge of the known world.
Yes.
Although even the Romans knew about places like Upper Scandinavia and later on, and some people even think that they knew about places like Greenland and things like that. But that's not recorded in history. It's just Fingerspitzengefühl of people that like to see the world be a bigger place.
Yeah. I believe I've started 6 camps. We need 8.
Not on the grey ones.
No, sorry.
And also not on the ones where you've already built one. There you can go.
I believe one more of it. And then we need to keep building ships.
Yeah, you can just put a lot of them in a queue.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're now at 7. Sorry. I want to build it. And if I click multiple times, it will just do it.
Yeah.
I think that's how many we need.
It's a typical Paradox game complex. Yeah, I was wondering about because we have literally this is the first we've played of it. Is it typical Paradox game complex because we've also heard that it is a little bit easier to get into?
Yeah, so because
Keep that finger on the spacebar.
Gnaeus Flavius is in a fine display of financial acumen, has made significant alterations to the national budget. We should expect to see much better revenue this year.
But basically, that's the other guy that we're not in control of, the Flavi.
Yes.
Really
The other
nice.
family.
Yes, the other family.
Yes.
I guess we're not in control of him, but yeah, so excellent. He deserves to reap the rewards himself. What would that mean?
So with the excellent, we get national tax.
That's really good.
Otherwise, Gnaeus against loyalty for us, but he also gets 100 gold, which I guess means more or less all the money, or most of the money.
Yeah.
Should we reward our?
Go for taxes.
Go for taxes.
Go for taxes.
Taxes. Excellent. Excellent.
Excellent. Money.
Yes.
Money in the Treasury of Rome.
Yeah.
I always like the actual building of the Treasury of Rome.
Yeah. So I'm gonna speed
like
up
an actual
the
vault.
process a little bit.
Yeah.
So we can go through.
It would be paradoxical if it was simple. Yes, it would be paradoxical if it was simple.
Yes.
Wait. We need something for that.
Did you give it?
I gave him the crickets.
Good. So we do have all our training camps right now. The triremes are being.
So my 2
constructed.
cents, says for Raj 101, it's a bare bones game at the moment, but you can say that about any Paradox game at release. You play Europa Universalis 4 now with all DC, it's a very different game than it was on release. Paradox requires patience and money to make the most of it.
Yes, that's what I've
Very true.
heard quite often
Very
about
true.
this type of
It
games.
is interesting. So when you first buy a Paradox games, as sort of like a newcomer, you just buy the game. And you're
Yes.
like, hey, you know what? We do really need all those DLC thingies that are coming with it. And
Yeah.
then suddenly you find yourself on Steam like, oh, but I really want to do this in the game, and I know that I can do it if just. And all of a sudden, from base game that actually ends up being relatively cheap. Where, if you buy it on sale, it can.
It's
can
basically
get
a time and
quite
money thing.
expensive. Yeah, well,
Yes.
not a money. I wouldn't say it's a money thing. I think honestly,
A money sink.
money sink.
No?
Yeah. No, I think that there's really, on the amount of time that most people spend with these games,
Yeah.
they are really great value for money.
Okay. Fair.
And also, I have to say that I mean, it's not about like better graphics or whatever, but the things that they add up, including the DLC, most of the time end up being really game-changing kind of things. I think that value money proposition is much lower with Civilization DLCs, for example.
Mm-hmm.
My 2 cents.
Okay.
Yeah. First World War game from Paradox. I guess you can sort of Hearts of Iron is a Second World War game. That's about as close as you can get.
Things are happening. Wealthy patron, I guess. The city of Teanum Apulum has been often overlooked by the wealthy patrons of our capital. Today, however, Publius Cornelius. It's
Oh yes, boss.
every time they pop up, it's
Good.
Publius Cornelius Barbatus. Barbatus.
All right. Explain the joke to our listeners.
So it's a Latin, not a Latin word, but it's a sort of a mix between a Latin and a Greek word. But the way we use the word Barbatos in modern Greek is sort of the brutal, the.
Oh, okay.
So
I
this
thought
guy
it was just maybe the bearded one.
No.
Okay.
So this guy is maybe initially, but the way that we use it in modern Greek, Barbatos is the.
Sure.
For the barbarian, and it sounds really funny that this guy is called Barbatus.
Barbatus.
Yes. So I'm gonna give him whatever he did very well. He has offered to spend a sizable quantity of his wealth on constructing a grand temple. He has requested our permission before he embarks upon construction. So we can either tell him go buy slaves, or no build thing.
I want to check out the slaves at some point, but maybe
But I will just
because you also get cruel, which is not a good. Well, it depends.
Yeah, you get
Trades get also have payoffs. Sometimes it's good to be cruel, or sometimes it isn't.
So he's losing some.
Beautiful tempo, actually. This is really what you should go for.
Yeah,
All
of
of these
course.
end of game
course.
effects you just go for.
Very well.
Alright,
Very well.
very well.
As time progresses, let's check. We have to import fish to Latium. In order to keep your cities from starving, you will need to provide them with enough food to keep on growing. Rome is safe from starvation for the time being. However, importing fish to Latium will increase the growth and the growth speed of your pops. Okay, click on this. Latium is the province to which the city of Rome belongs. By clicking on Rome, you will see the top right corner on the province UI and a trade route button. Click on this and select this. Okay, so he says, click on Rome, province of Latium.
You will see a trade route button. Yes.
I guess that is.
Yes.
That is, at least this was clear.
This was clear.
Thank
this
you.
Was clear, yes,
View your current imports. Whoa. Prince Fabius Rulianus has sent word that he has fallen ill. Perhaps if he is wealthy enough, he will seek treatment of his own volition. Otherwise, we could always step in if his condition worsens.
I guess there's this whole sort of system out there of sensors and all.
We will have to check this out at some point because. Okay, let me pause this for a second. We need ship fish. So current. This is trade goods. So what do? Do they just click on the fish?
I think so. So you are going to be.
Wait, what does it say? Click and select fish. Here you will be able to see the provinces have a surplus to export with the owning country displayed on the right. Countries with a grayed out button will not export to you. Okay, I see. So I click here, I go to trade route, I go to fish. This I cannot choose, but this can export fish to Latium and it will cost us some civic power. Yes?
Yeah. Make it happen.
From Sardinia Australis. That's what I want. A new trade route. So this is how you create trade routes as well.
Yeah, this is
benefits. National freeman happiness 5%. Latium against the following benefits. Local population growth plus 0.5%.
Woo! That's,
That's not a lot.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
0.5% for population,
Yeah.
Year on year.
Gloria 3 will come out one day. So, we need to do a lot of things here.
Yeah, just only, conquer southern Italy. Yes. Destroy Etruria.
Destroy Etruria, conquer the Sabini, finish off the Samnites, poor Samnites. We actually had a full course on Samnites at the Faculty of Archaeology here at Leiden.
Really?
Yeah.
Poor you.
No, not me. I didn't have it.
Oh.
The students had it the last, I think, 2 or 3 years. Let me tell you, it was not a popular course.
Why would you do a whole course on the Samnites?
Because
sorry if you did this course, like either taught it or were teaching or got instruction in it, but why?
Because there is a whole Leiden archaeology survey dealing with the Samnites, so they thought, hey, it's a good idea to actually do a full course on the Samnites.
Could you just not, I don't know, go to the excavation and learn about the Samnites?
Hey man, I'm not a Mediterranean archaeologist.
Mediterranean archaeologist. This is too niche. This is too niche.
Yeah, that's the thing. Nobody knew anything about the Samnites, so it was a very hard course because people get in like, what? Anyway, let's purchase an invention. Let's pause for a second.
No, conquer the Sabini, man.
Oh, you want to conquer the Sabini first?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we need the virgins.
What?
That's the Sabijnse Mavelen. I'm gonna look this up.
Look this up. Look this reference up.
Wiki number 3.
Number 3 Wikicrats. The hill dwellers known as the Sabini occupy the lands to your north. Fabricate a claim upon their land by opening diplomacy and selecting fabricate claim. You do not need to fabricate a claim upon both their provinces. Either will do.
Yeah, it's not a nice story. This now I remember.
Oh yes. Now I remember.
Basically,
as well.
the men in Rome needed more women.
Yes,
and they were just went to the Sabini and said, "We're taking your women."
That's not nice. Screw you, Romans.
And
we are the Romans. You do not need to fabricate a claim upon both. Okay, after you have a claim, make sure your troops are in good position and declare war.
Outraged at the occurrence, the king of the Canaenses entered upon Roman territory with his army. Romulus and the Romans met with the Canaenses in battle, killed their king and routed their army. Basically, this is taking place way before in time, but
yeah,
apparently the Sabinis are still here. And Varage 101 makes the point that Etruscans have more known about them. Yes, for sure.
Etruscans for sure. Etruscans is more.
That's more main. I've had Etruscan stuff.
Yeah.
Now I mostly know that they had really like burial chambers or very sort of afterlife-y kind of thingies. That's all I remember about Etruscans.
Fabricate a claim. We said we are opening the diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
Where is my diplomacy?
That's the one with the pigeon. Yes.
Makes sense. And then we need to find it.
Good luck.
Thanks. Gee, thanks. Isn't there a search button?
There is also a search button.
So only neighboring regions. There we go.
There you go. That already helps.
And we said we wanted
Sardinia.
Sardinia. All right.
And then it's going to probably be. You cannot, right? Because you needed to forge a claim.
But I can declare war apparently.
No, just go for covert actions. That's what they asked you to do, right?
Fabricate claim. There we go. This will give us a claim on a province, which will also yield a casus belli.
You need. I don't know what you could use as casus belli right now.
Yeah.
But you always need like an official way to declare war.
Which is the case with the casus belli. So. Fabricate claim. On either of their provinces, it doesn't matter which province, it said.
No.
Either would do. I guess we want to go for Etruria.
Why? Because Picenum is
a big
much
one.
more populous.
Yeah, but... Okay.
Yeah, you just choose whatever you want to choose.
Okay, I'll go for Picenum because you said so. We now have a claim on province of Picenum.
You can declare war for other reasons than land, that's true.
Yeah.
But if you have a claim on the land, actually, then you can make sure that you just get it when you have crushed them and are going to.
So now we're waiting for the reply. And in
you're not waiting for the reply, really. That's what it says, but it's
yeah. So what I want to do now is I want to move my troops.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
You just select all of them. And
I just click the legion.
For example, or just like drag a window around all of them. I think if I remember correctly, yes. And you just point them to whatever province you want them. So one of the things you have to take care of always.
See, that's why I wanted it through here because it's we can get here, I guess.
Yeah, you can.
So I'll just bring them.
You always have to make sure that there's carrying capacity in the land that you're actually creating this thingy on.
These guys are.
I guess
like
actually
they're lagging.
that there are these standing armies actually out there that are not yours.
These guys.
No. Look like in Rome even. So
these are some mercenaries, yeah. And I can click to recruit them, I guess.
Yeah, that's a lot, by the way.
That's a lot.
Not that you. Well, it doesn't really matter.
Well, because we have 30,000 over here, so whatever. Okay.
I feel like I could backseat this a lot. Tell me to shut up if you wish. No. It's really useful for us.
No, for us it's very useful.
And
the more things we learn, the better.
Yes. Well, basically, we don't need to go to Wikipedia now.
Yes.
Or to
we don't get wiki crashed.
We don't get wiki crashed. Yes.
So declare war. Okay, so we did the claim.
Yes.
We have a
reply.
Yeah.
So then you go back to the diplomacy thingy.
Do we have a reply?
And they say declare war. I think we had a reply. I think, I don't know. I wasn't looking at the screen.
We didn't say. I was paused anyway. I was not fully paused, but how do we know if we have a reply?
Well, you will see if you, first of all, in the if you can in declare war say territory. Just push and declare war.
Okay.
And then you say
take by this one, I guess.
Yeah. You even call in your allies. That's a neat kind of thing.
Wait, let me check what it says here. If you have show superiority or show naval superiority selected, you will suffer a stability hit.
Yeah. So basically, it means that stability that you just spent in the beginning. You spend a lot of I don't even know what resource anymore, but a lot of resources to boost. That will drop by 1 or something like that if you just say show superiority. Your people don't like to fight for no freaking reason. But now, you just say I'm gonna take Picenum because you fabricated a claim on it. Okay. And just
Okay, confirm.
Alright. And now what you need to do is just march your units in there.